very highly requested video today. We got Larry Bird trash talking. Now y'all was letting me know in the comments on the last video he was one of the biggest trash talkers there was. Okay, let's check it out. Now to be honest, his skills, I don't know. I don't think anybody was possibly more skilled than him. That's one thing that I could give y'all when it comes to that GOAT debate. But let's check out this trash talking. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Do me a couple of favors. Like the video. By liking the video, the way the YouTube algorithm works, YouTube will push the video out to more people. It'll be directly helping me to grow. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Everyone's subscriber counts. I can't get to it without y'all. And if everybody that watched the video subscribe to the channel, we'll be at 100,000 subscribers pretty soon. We could do it quickly. I'd appreciate that. But with that being said, I'm not holding y'all. Let's check out this trash talking. Let's get it.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles.
Bird used to tell me, look here, man.
You supposed to be a great defender, right? And I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in your face.
And I'm looking at this guy like,
that was Gary Payton.
I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open.
and that's exactly what he did.
If he tell you you're gonna hit a shot in a certain place, he gonna do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Being a better player each step I took, I was able to go a little more than the other guys. I had a green light, I could make plays, but I always knew early on, especially when I was a junior, senior high school, that probably the outcome of the game was gonna depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary Payton, a venomous trash talker. And I asked him who the most vicious trash talker he's ever encountered. He said Larry Bird.
Oh, no question.
Bird talk shit, like we talk.
Let me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit.
He told me, young fella, let me tell you something. I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. You supposed to be a great defender, right? I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now, you're not gonna shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm gonna take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be this jumper. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him. And he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was gonna do? And he turned around, raised up, and it was all drones.
While doing it?
And I said, shit, I ain't gonna mess with you no more.
He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit. Yeah. The shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh
did
my
he?
God, Bird talked trash to everybody. I always tell the story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me.
Oh, yeah.
I just started laughing. I had no
Disrespectful to him.
He says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me.
Larry said, I'm insulted that they would put a sorry dude like you on me. He said, no, I don't even want to play no more. He would drop the ball and take a turnover.
No way.
This guy, like, he's nuts.
What's wrong?
The story goes that when he played against Denver, they had a guy named John Hansley, a white guy, a really good defender, right?
Okay.
They put him on Larry, and Larry was weighing his ass out.
Absolutely.
And Larry would run by the bench and tell Doug Moe, who was the coach, get him off me. That's disrespectful. Put a black guy on me. Because when he played back in the day, that's all he played against was brothers. So he was like, I had to torch his ass so they understand.
Gonna make him understand.
On the side shooting the ball, every shot was going in. All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league, and Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me? He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
Along with Steve Jones and Rick Barry, this is Bob Neal. Just moments before the American Airlines Sheraton long-distance shootout.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. Everybody's sitting there, everybody's real quiet. You knew the guys, but you never were around them. And nobody's really saying anything, so I walk in and look around, and then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
And says, I hope all you guys are thinking about second place because I'm winning this. Excuse me?
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad.
So full of greats.
What were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys?
I know going into that, I remember in the locker room, Robert said something that there's no way in the hell I was going to win that 3-point contest. So I knew right then I had to win it.
He was in the
my
head.
name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had
They say
finally
he wasn't
run out.
gonna win.
He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him.
Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to beat 15.
That's 8, make it 9, and 10, and 11 as we're counting.
Ooh, that's
13,
like 5 in a
huge
row.
rack
He
that
snapped
time
it
for
up.
Bird. He's still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money.
That's
He
good.
knew exactly what the score
That's
was.
good.
He knew that that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He didn't take off his top yet.
He didn't take off the
Larry
top,
used
bro.
to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, you know, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. You know, he needed those kind of challenges.
He had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players and the media too, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
And it was at a time when, you know, McHale was still coming off the bench.
And so Larry scores his 6th point on a left-handed shot.
And I'll
actually
never forget
did
him.
it, too.
McHale yells out.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
Oh my
And
goodness.
at the end of 3 quarters, and then get 27 points left-handed.
That's scary.
Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one.
He could hold all these things in his head during a game. So he'd have a shooting drill at the old Boston Garden.
4:30 in the afternoon. I was an early guy. I'd set up early. The garden would be dark.
You know, late in the afternoon by himself, dark garden, come out with an equipment guy and just do the perimeter, shoot for half hour. All you heard was swishing.
If he missed a shot during that thing, he'd say that the Bull Gang set up something wrong with the rim. You know, otherwise that would have gone in.
I'd get there early, like at my Stone Age computer right next to the bench. He'd come over, he'd call me Scoop, he'd say, Scoop, what are you working on? I'm like, I'm doing an early story.
And I'd say, well, I'm doing an early edition newspaper story about your free throw streak.
You are approximating the NBA record for consecutive free throws, so don't miss one tonight or I'll look bad in the paper.
Sure enough, first half, he goes to the line for 2, and the foul line is lined up right where we're sitting if he looks over.
He's at the line. He makes the first.
He looks over and winks at me.
He looks over and winks at me before he makes the second. I mean, guys don't do that today.
No, they don't.
And he would
always thinking
That's
about
crazy
these
confidence.
things. It's like paying off a bet in the middle of a game. He was doing 2 things at once.
Well, you had the Bird night.
I had the
in
Bird
New
night.
Orleans.
Yeah, that was a tough night, man.
But nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
No, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, it's in that game, we're on the free throw line.
What can you do?
And he literally says,
it's off the glass. Who's next? Where you want this one from? And he just made one after another, and he just tortured it mentally. That game, he tortured all of them.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
His last shot.
I know that had to be
he
aggravating to play against.
In the trainer's lap, coming down the court. He shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky.
That was a high
into it, and he
shot.
knocks
That
it
was a
on
high,
her
hard
trainer's
shot.
lap. So it was exactly what he
In the
said.
trainer's
Antoine
lap,
Carr
too.
and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating.
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was
so
it was the
I love
greatest film
this story.
session ever because back then, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times.
And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston and Eddie Johnson.
What are y'all
standing
doing?
up giving each other high five.
Y'all not supposed to be this high.
Everybody was entertained by this. Even the guys on the Atlanta
They
bench.
got fined for that, I heard.
Yeah. Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench.
Oh,
See
my
Scotty
goodness.
Howell yeah. Watch Cliff Livingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
Y'all laughing because it's not y'all guarding.
Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept rewinding. Showing the guys,
I
remember
did
they're
that
giving each
too.
other high five.
And then somebody falls off
Not
the
high
bench.
five.
That was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five.
And our film session was 20 minutes of that. And,
oh my goodness.
And so it was a bad night.
The first game against Larry Bird, it was
bet
shocking.
it was.
And I'm a rookie, you know. I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he's getting his head ready to play. First play of the game, he says, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots a 3. I was pissed. You know, I said,
he start off trash talk.
The 3. But did this some bitch just called me Holmes? You know? And so it set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground. He fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I said, what?
Ooh.
He said, I like you. You know, he said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass. You know?
Still giving you 30.
He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point. But I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about that because, you know, back then, you know, as a rookie, you know, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
He wasn't scared.
The first time that I played in my rookie year, I guarded Larry Bird, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I should be probably guarding him instead of staring at him. You know? And he came down. It was funny. He came down one time, and Mark West was the center on our team. And Larry looked at me, and then he looked at Mark, and he said, Mark, I'm going to go down. I'm going to come off the screen. I'm going to catch it right there. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to shoot it in the rookie's face. And then I'm going to run down the floor. And that's exactly what he did.
No way, bro.
But did he talk to you, or you weren't good enough?
Through me. He never addressed me. Like, I wasn't even there.
And did Mark West going,
Mark was like,
okay, yeah, all right.
You probably will. Good luck.
And then he did.
He did it.
Well,
There was nothing I could do about it.
He backed up whatever he said. If he tell you going to hit a shot to a certain place, or if he going to take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he going to do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
These guys came in together in 81. There's Kevin, there's Larry, there's Robert. Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, they knew what each other could do. And what I did was said, okay, let's see what's happening out there. And you'd see Larry shooting the 3-pointer, and then I call a timeout, and they didn't count the 3-pointer.
Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count.
Why would you call a timeout?
Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench.
That's bad coaching.
Upset.
So he's very upset with that, so I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case.
Hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in.
Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry.
I'm
the coach here. Okay. All right. Then you should take the ball out, give it to Kevin, and you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way.
All right, so sit down and shut up, coach.
2 points. And Bird is out by the 3-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny High.
He goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says,
yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this.
And he says, watch my hand as I follow through.
And, you know, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it.
And I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way.
And then he just
what are you doing? Move.
Shoots a perfect 3.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you
Those
so.
1-foot shots are crazy.
As he continues on to the dressing room. Now that's what you call arrogance.
And from that time I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play.
He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And in case he would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no. I'm shooting this ball, and he would.
Like, I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
High game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics
the challenge. That man was clutch.
Going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? That's Larry. If he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, I'm getting the ball.
I said, I know I'm going to be waiting. And he said, I'm going to
let him know.
I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird just
and he ain't never lied.
He came out at about that exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And, you know, he was like, I didn't need to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers
in basketball.
Definitely
and
one
a
of
lot
the
of people
biggest.
say, really? You know, they thought it was
Probably
Reggie
the best.
Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. So we playing him the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over that corner. And I'm going to catch it, I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
DJ?
the late, great DJ.
Yeah.
You DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. Now I gotta go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get one step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. So I got one step away. He shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good.
Take the ball out, man court, right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a three, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
He's not kidding.
He turned to me and said, you did all that running for nothing.
And he was saying in such a calm way that you didn't think it was trash talking, but it's trash talking. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna go over there and shoot the ball in my face. That's trash talking. But he would tell you before the play even started. He'd tell you where he's going, he'd tell you when he catches it, there's nothing you can do about it. And it was great trash talking. Because it wasn't vulgar. I mean, he wasn't pounding his chest. You can just be standing next to him. You know, I would jump out and try to block a shot on rotation, and he'd say, Scott.
You jump high, but you don't jump that high. You can't get this.
So, Scott, you're a little too late. Scott, you're not getting that. Why are you even jumping? Why are you running out of it? But it was all game.
He say something like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just so
and he talked the whole game, and it was, you know, after the game and after years of thinking about it, you're like, man, that dude, why he's one of the greatest players ever.
He was a bad man.
Ridiculous. He came on here. Our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game, because he did everything: points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
That competitive nature, the work ethic. I asked a lot of questions. You know, playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, all the Laker greats. I would always sit down and
Kobe
just
was
ask
definitely a
questions.
student of the
what
game.
actually happened there? What did you feel there, and why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So it's like I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
You know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking,
you was wrong.
Need to squash all that. This man is great.
You
Whatever
never had to
you were
guard this
saying,
man.
for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody. He's doing it
Everything.
on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
The most athletic.
I'll never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP, and we're big rivalries. So I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right, Bird. He makes the shot, Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird. And Bird this, and Bird, oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play.
What?
When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Damn!
Larry, it wasn't you know, be honest with you.
Yo.
The young lady that said you were her favorite player, mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.
Always talk about great basketball players, and they don't never mention him to be up in that round. But Larry Bird was cold. I don't think nobody ever could get out with him. You ask Magic. That's why Magic had a run, and he was mad when he had to retire in '92 because of what he was going to be missing with Larry Bird. And then you remember Larry Bird took 2 more years, and then he quit because he said his main guy who he wanted to play against is gone.
I'm gonna tell this story. We're in LA, and I'm hurt.
I got a pulled hamstring, so I'm not playing tonight.
So I can't play against the Celtics. You know, I'm killing myself. You know, Larry's warming up. The anthem is sung and get introduced. And right before they go out on the court, Larry comes down and says, you know what?
since you here, I'm gonna put a show on for you.
Oh,
so
that's
you
not
just
good.
sit back and watch, okay?
Don't worry. I'm gonna put a show on for you.
I'm like, man, get out of my face.
He
man.
is not lying. You
Wanna
know
hear
this is
that?
about to be
You
crazy.
know, this Celtics and the Lakers.
And he went out. I think he scored 38 points, about 20 rebounds, about 15 assists. And every shot he would shoot, he would turn to me.
Every time he hit one, he look at me.
And I said, boy, you know, the thing about it that I love about you is that most guys talk trash and can't back it up. But Mr. Bird,
right?
You know you can back your trash talking
Every time. Every single time. That was the one thing
and
that
last
stood
but
out.
not least, I'm gonna say this because you told me one lie. You only told me one lie in your career. Only one. And you only lied to the fans and all the people in the world one time. Do you know what that lie was? You don't remember, do you? Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird. And so, he's mine, and I signed it to
That's
you.
love.
To the greatest
respect.
basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever. I love you, I respect you, and I admire you.
I think he was right about that though. Well, that's the end of the video. And honestly, I think Magic was actually right about that. Like, there will never, ever be another Like, I don't think at the level he talked trash, anybody ever talked that much. That much trash, but in the way that he did. Because I'm thinking about having to guard him. And I'm thinking about people just playing a basketball game. And every time he tells you something, like falling in the trainer's lap, but he's making it every time. He's telling you before the play even started, oh, well, I'm going in that corner and I'm going to shoot it right over the top. I'm not going to pump fake. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to shoot it in your face. And then to do it to the caliber of defenders, there was Kareem. There was the Glove. That was Dominique Wilkins. Like, these are great defenders talking about how he talked trash. He didn't pick and choose. He definitely did not pick and choose who he wanted to talk trash to. As a matter of fact, if you put somebody that was inferior on him, he's like, you better get him off me, or I'm going to torch y'all and make you take him off me. I don't even want him on me. That's not a challenge. His competitive nature is insane. But it's really not trash talk to me because it's all facts. It's not like he talked trash and didn't back it up. And that's one thing that stood out about every single story. He backed it up every time. So that's not trash talk. These are facts. This is what I'm going to do to you. And then, like, also Kareem said it was like, it would be subtle. You know what I'm saying? Oop, don't jump. Hey, I'm going in that corner. The thing he did to rookies, though, he talked right through that, man. Told another person what he was going to do to him. Bro, this dude is on a whole different level when it comes down to trash talk, man. I don't know if anybody can touch him. I see what y'all mean, bro. There's an art to it, and he perfected it. He perfected it. Bro, this is hilarious. It was hilarious. And honestly, you could see the respect coming off of all these legends for this man. All these people are talking about how he was the top guy. That says a lot. That says a lot. Oh my goodness. Dog, this was a great video. I appreciated this one. I can't wait on the next one. You guys have been giving me some great requests. So make sure if you guys want to see something else, let me know what you want to see in the comments. We're going to be doing a lot of Larry Bird reaction. We're going to look at some highlights. We're going to look at some comparisons. We're going to look at whatever y'all want to see. So make sure y'all join in the fam and y'all hitting that like button. Drop a comment down of whatever y'all want to see next, and whichever one I see the most, we're probably going to be checking out next, but we're going to try to get them all done. But before we go, do me two big favors that can help me out the most. I need you guys to like the video. By liking the video, the way the YouTube algorithm works, YouTube will push the video out to more people. You'll be directly helping me to grow. And also subscribe to the channel. If everybody that watched the video subscribe to the channel, I can get to my goal of hundreds of thousands of subscribers ASAP. We could do it next month or next week or as soon as possible if everybody that watches the video was to like and subscribe. A lot of people forget because they enjoy the video and they probably want to watch more videos, but they just don't remember. Could you guys do that for me? And we're gonna be doing great things. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible, keep popping up in you guys' face. I want to be the next big one. So We're trying to do great things. I can't do it without you. But if you made it all the way through the video, you the real MVP, man. I appreciate you guys. This was another great video. I hope you know what it is, and match dig.